Hey everybody, I wanted to give y'all my report on the interview that I did. I interviewed a firefighter because that's my dream job. His name is Garrett Clare, and he works at the fire department on 50th Street between Slide and Quaker. We started out with small talk. I introduced myself, let him know the reason why I was there, and I talked a little bit about myself just to get everything comfortable so it's not awkward or anything if there's any silences or anything like that. The main topics of my questions was I was asking who he was and what specifically he did in his job and why he became a firefighter in deeper detail than that. The depth of his occupation, like the nitty-gritty, I guess you could say, and his future aspects on what he feels like he's going to accomplish later on in the future. With who he was, he says that he is a hoseman, and it's what it sounds like. He holds the hose, and he has a friend that backs him up named Evan. I think that was his name. And if they need any other help with anything like EMT and things like that, then they help. He says that his goal as a firefighter and as a person is just to help people because he's always wanted to be a firefighter. He says that he wanted to be one ever since he was like 4 or 5 years old, and he got to live his dream job, so he is very happy about that, and he does very much enjoy what he does. Why he became a firefighter, he said that he had friends that had dads that were firefighters, and they'd always hang out and ride on the fire trucks and stuff like that, and he was just saying that he always wanted to do that, and it was just so interesting and fun, and he looked up to those people, and he wanted to be able to have that person to look up to him as well, or have little kids look up to him like he looked up to firefighters when he was young. He said that was the only occupation he ever wanted to do in his life, and he worked very, very hard at it, and he did all he could to accomplish that. He had said that whenever he was in the academy that there were over 200 people applying to be a firefighter and going to the academy and all that good stuff. And by the time they graduated, only 13 of them made it, and he was one of those 13. And that's a huge accomplishment, and it was pretty mind-blowing. It was pretty awesome. And he also talked about how he's young, he's only 22, and so he's going to do all he says he's going to do all he can to just build up his rank, and he's very enthusiastic, so I believe that he's going to do great things. The depths of his occupation, I asked him the things that ran through his mind when there was an emergency or just in general at the fire station, and he says you never really know what to expect because you never see the same thing twice. So I guess I could see where that comes from. And he said the most frightening experience he had was that 3 months in, when he was just hired, I don't remember when that was. It was within the last year, and there were two. It was at the same time 2 house fires. And 2 house fires, and he wound up having like a heart attack symptoms, and they thought he was dying. So that was pretty frightening for him. And he says it's easy to balance his life and work because you get good vacation time and stuff like that. And then his future aspects. He says he feels very accomplished as a firefighter and that he's very blessed where he's at. And he sees himself as a good example because he said that if you see how important you are, and that's the whole goal of it all. I mean, for you to look good to yourself so you can look good to others as well. Overall, I really enjoyed the interview. He scored me 10 out of 10 on everything, and he told me that I was very professional and that I had a very professional attitude as well. And he was a great person to interview, and I'm very glad I was able to interview him. I learned a lot of things. Thank y'all.